and somebody calls you in, you're putting down a schedule, and now you got to figure up the deposit, and you got to send them over a manual request for it. It's just kind of funky, it doesn't look right. But when we have it in a system like Detail Bookie, it's automated. It happens. It's required.
That's right.
They can't book the job without it. So just like the price of the gallon of milk at Walmart is not negotiable,
right?
Well, our deposit's not negotiable. This is what it's going to take for you to take up time on our schedule, for us to say, no, we're, to the next customer, no, we're full that day. We're going to have to do you the next. And think about this. What if you have a schedule full of customers with no deposits, and you're telling people that I'm booked 6 or 8 weeks out.
Yep.
And customers are not using you because you're booked that far out, and then other customers are canceling. Think about the negative impact that has on your business, because customers are like, well, hell, he's always booked out so much, I'm not even going to try it.
Sure.
And then you have cancellations all along the way.
Yep.
And deposits doesn't solve the problem 100%.
No.
We're not saying that it does. We're just saying that it absolutely helps reduce and minimize those.
Well, so here's one thing that I realized, that, for the guys that are fairly new to running their own business, their clientele base are typically people that they know, right?
Yeah,
and so getting that deposit from them is not always important, because they know them. They know they're going to.
It's a more personal connection.
That's right. So what I tell them, though, that, when you get on the software, the intention is we're going to put that link everywhere. We're going to put it on every bit of social media. We'll drop it in every post, put it on your Google page. We want complete strangers to come to your booking site to schedule a job, feel comfortable enough to go ahead and lock that in by putting a deposit down, and they've never talked to us. We've never talked to them.
Well, think about it. Guys get new in the business, guys and girls new in the business. And they're just starting out. You only have so many friends and family, and not to mention friends and family don't pay that great. They're the ones that's gonna negotiate the price and bitch about the quality or how long it took or blah blah blah.
Exactly.
But so if you're doing marketing and you're reaching out and building that customer base, these are people that you don't know, and so requiring a deposit just makes sense.
Yep.
And, it's something that you can tiptoe in. You don't have to start out, just, all or nothing. You can tiptoe in. We got it set, in our software specifically, you can set like a minimum dollar amount or a percentage, which is kind of nice, especially if you're doing if you're not doing $2,000 coatings, you're doing, $50 washes. Well, you don't want to. You don't want to charge $25 on a $50 wash. Right. You might want to charge $5 or $10 just to keep them committed to
That's
it.
right.
So the flexibility is there. And I think that, as we continue to do this and we get more detailers doing this, then it's an industry standard.
That's right. And that's what we want to do is, that's what we're doing every day, Dustin. I know you are, heavily involved in just processes, making sure they can be repeated, making sure they can be taught out in the shop.
Yeah.
When it comes to the software, we're adding that extra level of professionalism. We want it to become industry standard, so it's not even a question. And it does happen, it's happened here.
Absolutely.
Many of the people that are paying deposits.
Oh, no, well, yeah, it's required by my shop. Now, listen, just so for clarity, a regular customer of mine that calls in that doesn't book online, we know he's going to be here. He's never flaked before. We don't have to send that. We have control to not send that deposit request. Everybody else, it's probably 5% of our customer base doesn't have to pay. The other 95 has to pay to be on our schedule. And it's a big deal for us. And like you said, as far as the standard of our industry, it's already came up light years from when I started. So these little things, now we're just kind of tweaking along the way. Now we're fine-tuning. We're ironing out the wrinkles rather than developing this whole standard. We're just making it better and better and better.
Yep. I'll tell you one person who might have some input on this deposit thing is a guy that we're going to have on our show today. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I've talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of detailers.
Yeah.
Tommy was definitely one, if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't on for deposits.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not even 100% sure that he ever started.
No, he definitely did.
Oh, he does now?
He does
okay.
now.
I know that he didn't at first. You're absolutely right.
Well, I'm almost positive he does now, because I know I was hearing him talk about, I think he's up to 60% or over that he's not talking to. Yeah, let's do an online booking. So if he's not doing deposits, we should probably talk to him and see how that's working for him.
Yeah, we definitely will. One other thing that I want to mention before we bring him on, they'll be on in just a minute, is this was an analogy that we were talking before the show. It was me and Jessica, I believe. And it was when you go through the line at Chick-fil-A, you pay before you get your food.
Yeah.
Okay, in every, so paying before the service is not just unheard of. You just don't think about it because that's what they make you do.
Sure.
Well, detailing's the same way. Before you get your service, you should pay for a portion of it. Make sure that you're going to show up. Make sure that you're going to do the thing that we're asking you to do. So, consider yourself Chick-fil-A when you're taking deposits.
That's great, man. I love that. That's a good analogy.
Well,
you guys just came up with that, or did you see it in my notebook?
I did not use your notebook. I don't know if Jessica came up with it or I did, but one of us came up with it, but you can definitely use it.
That's right. I will every day.
All right, you want to bring on Tommy and Julia?
Man. Yeah, so let's bring on our guests today, Tommy and Julia.
Oh, we got a message here. What's up, Carlos?
Yo.
Uh-oh, we backflipped again. Flip us around there, Tommy.
I don't know how that happened. Last time we saw you, you guys were...
Yeah, what y'all doing? Hanging from the walls? There we go. Oh, no. It's all right. We can talk sideways. Maybe we could flip our image. We could all be sideways.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Everybody have to watch like this.
All right. What's up?
Hey.
What's up?
So I don't know if you heard our introduction. We were just repping, the Toots with Tommy. Check it out on YouTube for all your tutorial needs.
That'd be Toots, my friend.
Oh, it's Toots. It's Toots.
I thought it was Toots with Tommy.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know Tommy, like we said, he's actually one of the Tommy and Julie are the very first users of version 2 Detail Bookie, which was the first version that was available to any other detailer or any other shop besides EZN. And so very special to us, but Tommy has also stepped up and he's helping do our tutorials and when we're not available to answer some of these questions, we want to have that video readily available that we can shoot over to you, and you can help solve the problems yourself, because we know that if you solve it yourself, you're going to retain it.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
if we just go in there and click a few buttons for you, you're not going to know exactly what it is. So we're excited about this. This is a big move for us, and Tommy's just been an awesome, to step up and help us out. Now, more importantly, this is our power couples, man. So we got to talk a little bit about y'all's relationship before we can talk about detail. Y'all cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you want?
All right. So my first question is, how did you guys meet?
All right. So that question is, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you want the version or do you want the rated R version?
Let's see.
R version. It ain't that. It's not TVMA. It's rated R. Like no kids allowed unless you don't care.
Give me the in between gap. Like you can fudge it a little bit.
Let me get PG-13.
Yeah, go PG-13 on us.
It was 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I didn't even know you were 20 years old.
We lost.
Julie was looking to purchase something, and
Okay, I'm with you.
Grade.
What'd she say?
Her and her friend. We were walking around the neighborhood, and they dressed up like brownie girls. So they went door to door and collected some money. So we got money. And her friend knew where to get what we wanted.
This is hilarious. Are you serious?
His house, opened the door, and I was like,
Love at first sight, huh?
bam. I don't know what the hell I'm attracted to, man. I wasn't nobody back then.
I'm sure you were still the same old Tommy, though. The life of the party and a ton of personality.
That's
and
a
hair. What was the hair like? Was the hair long then?
No, it was short.
It was military cut, man.
No way. No
Yeah.
way. All right, I'm gonna have to creep back on some pictures.
I had no beard, I'm sure.
You could just
No.
just Google Tommy Trenton Jr. in 2006, and you'll see my mugshot.
No way.
Was that before or after the first date?
That was long after.
I gotcha. All right.
So how long have y'all been married? I mean, you've known each other for 20 years now. When did the marriage happen?
We've been together 7 years, and we've been married for 12.
Wow. No kidding.
And
Yeah.
what's your anniversary date, Tommy? Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let me ask Siri. Yeah. No, that's awesome. So 12 years. I mean, obviously, you guys have had a ton of Valentine's dates for 12 years. Hopefully, you've had 12 of them. What do you guys got planned for this Valentine's? Any big plans, or are you just chilling?
Well, we're going to spoil the kids.
Really?
Yeah, we got 4 kids, so we're going to spoil them. We always outdo ourselves with them. I think, we're always giving them love. But Valentine's Day for us is kind of random throughout the year too. So
sure,
when we see Valentine's Day, sometimes we might forget. I mean,
well, and that's
whenever we get a chance, similar to what people would do on Valentine's Day. So.
Yeah, I think that me and Melanie kind of have the same approach. We always, and this is really with every holiday. Like, first of all, it's kids first. I mean, Christmas, me and her, like, we don't do a big Christmas to each other. We may go somewhere. But Valentine's Day is the same thing. Like, where are we going to go out to eat and do this thing? Well, we do that all throughout the year. So we are actually doing something a little special this year.
Tell us about that special.
Yeah, so a year and a half ago, I got this awesome gift card to this float tank thing. What's it called? Sensory deprivation.
There you go.
Okay. Ryan gave it to me, and for Christmas. And so I've held on to this bad boy for for a year and a half, and I'm like, you know what? What better way to use it than use it as my Valentine's Day gift to Melanie?
It's the ultimate re-gift.
It is the ultimate re-gift. So we're going down tomorrow at 4:00, and we're gonna go float in a tank and chill out, right?
Yeah, I think they have pool option and tank option. You want to go tank?
No, I'm definitely going tank.
That's
like pod,
yeah,
right?
pod.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going
if
pod.
If you're claustrophobic, the pool's fine. You know what I'm saying? But you want to go pod.
I'm not claustrophobic.
No light, no music, just you and your head. Oh, it's.
Well, I'm carrying my headphones. I'm actually going to be. I'm going to get my laptop. I'm carrying my laptop. I'm going to be working from in there.
They actually have music like spa music that plays.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to look that up. I've never heard of that.
Oh, bro.
So, is it a glass pod? Explain that to me.
All right, so it's filled. It's a pod completely cuts out all sources of light. It's filled up with so much salt water. It's like body temperature, but there's so much salt in there that you have no other choice but to float. And and you got little glasses on, so literally, it's no sight, no sound.
So you can't see your hand in front of your face.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't, and you want to be still enough so that you're not kind of moving around and bumping into the sides
and stuff.
So there's no touch, no scent. I mean, it literally is complete sensory deprivation.
Now you do something a little special before you go, right, Ryan?
I like, yeah. So I like to find me a good brownie or or some gummy bears and really get my head right.
Gets his sugar up.
Yeah, you gotta get his sugar level up.
That's what it is. So that's what I mean. We didn't want to steal the spotlight there, but I just had to tell you about me re-gifting. I knew that you could truly appreciate this this opportunity. I chose to use this gift card.
He's so strategic with his his plans.
Absolutely. I've been planning that for a year and a half. I know what I'm going to do with this bad boy.
Cycles them and gives them back to other people, don't he?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Listen, for Christmas, and we'll get on with the show, but for Christmas, last year I gave Demi a little Range Rover Power Wheel car, and then so like a month or two into it, the battery died and it just kind of got put in the garage and forgot about. So this year I took the car back out and had it detailed here at the shop, put a new battery in there, wrapped a bow around that baby, stuck it under the tree, and year number 2, Range Rover Power Wheel.
Wow.
Surprise. And she's like, I love my pink car.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Did the boys have too much stuff piled up or something?
Who knows? I can't even talk about that.
So, do you guys have any kind of, I know it's, we're harping on Valentine's Day, but do you have any that you can remember that would just really stick out, maybe go 12 years back?
I can maybe remember one of the first few. I was big and pregnant with our first, and he was working at Tri-City Electric. And we bought this new red fluffy blanket, and you could write in it, So
yeah.
I wrote and just waited for him to see it when he got home.
Oh, do you still have the blanket?
Yeah, we do. That's right.
No kidding. That's awesome. All right, so look, that's enough of the lovey-dovey Valentine's Day. We beat that in the ground. Let's talk about detailing. So, obviously this is on Power Couples. curious to know how long you guys have been working together, and whose idea was it to join forces, or to for y'all to come together and do the detailing together.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. So before we started Nitpickin, I was literally headed down a dead end road. Basically, I was doing graphic design and video production and all this stuff, and I was never home. And when I was home, I was busy doing stuff anyways. And she just, never had to work at that in those days. Mm-hmm. I could never get it to grow. So I woke up one day and I'm like, I'm gonna start a detailing business and call it Nitpickin. Because, years ago when I had Tom's Mobile Detailing, I was still a kid, that people would complain a lot. And this one guy at a bar was like, you quit nitpicking, you're taking too long. And I'm like, screw you, dude. I'm freaking killing it here.
Right.
But a lot of people would complain that we're taking too long. So I kind of got away from that and sold my stuff. And that's when I went to work for Tri-City Electric. And the idea to have Nitpickin was just an idea. I was just kind of joking around about it, like in your face,
Yeah.
And then another day I woke up and I was like, we don't cut corners, we nitpick them. And I was like, oh shit. I mean, once you got the name Nitpickin and then you got the slogan like that,
right.
All of a sudden I fell in love with detailing again, because I swore I'd never do it again. I hated it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I'll never do electrical, I'll never do construction, and I'll never fucking detail another car in my life.
Hired me and I quit the same day.
In Tom's Mobile Detailing, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I fired my wife, dude.
No.
Well, Dustin knows all about that. I believe you fired Melanie a couple times. Didn't you,
Listen, Melanie quit before I could fire her.
Okay.
She'd quit knowing that I was going to fire her. Like, she's like, I'm out.
So it was my idea, and we're pummeling ideas, and I'm expressing myself in like some just in-head plans that I had. And I told her, I said, if I'm gonna do this, you're gonna do it with me. Mm-hmm. And it took me like 2 months to talk her into it and like show her that my ideas are real and they're gonna work. And everything that I've learned over the past 10 years is going to make this business way different than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I've done exactly that. So she decided to, work with me, and she's been it, man. I don't think I could do it without her, with all the other added things that I have to do.
Sure.
Takes care of all the shit that I just don't do.
And it's kind of an interesting split too, Ryan. I don't want to jump the gun here, but they do have an interesting split on who, so Julia has kind of taken more of the detailing role, right? Like, she's doing a lot of the detailing where you're doing a lot of the web design and graphic design and some of that, and sitting on your butt.
Wrong.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I've totally misread this.
You're not misreading it. What happens is perception.
Okay.
I give her that perception.
Come on.
She definitely does she does a lot of detailing. You know what I mean? I like a lot of the harder things, like holding, polishers and.
Okay.
It's definitely split in half, but what happens is I'm the photographer.
You're shooting it. Gotcha. Yeah.
Video.
Yeah.
I'm doing social media and the website and all that stuff, and it's like, so I don't hardly get in these pictures, and she just never remembers. Like, I could accuse her of being whatever, and she's still not remember to take pictures. And if she does, I'm probably gonna be like, I don't like it, so we're not gonna use it.
Right.
I do it myself, and we'll set up a picture here and there and let me get some shine too a little bit. But I swear that even I think she does all the freaking work.
That's
it's the way it seemed. Yeah. You actually had an interesting conversation with a detailer earlier today or last night about pictures, and he wasn't in them. And
yeah. Because he's a one-man show, and one thing that I've been able to replicate multiple times over is the amount of attention you can get on a picture if it's of you actually touching the vehicle, doing the work, instead of just having your before afters. Mix in that.
Yeah, it's personal.
And people are now going to associate a face with a business, and in detailing, I mean, you're a small business owner and you are the business, and so it's so much more than just this is my finished work. This is me who's providing this service to come up with these results. And so I just said, man, do me a favor, take he's like, well, I'm the only one that's doing it, so I just take the pictures.
Tripod, dude. Tripod and a timer.
Tripod and a timer. Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I told him, do that, and you tell me how it works for you.
Listen, when we first started, I can't tell you how many times I would do something and then go, "Oh shit, that looked good. Let me just," I like set up the camera and then just do that same thing again, like just polish this one spot again, and just to get the shot.
For one person detailing businesses, I suggest that they get a tripod, put their phone on it, and take a video. Okay, and do it. And if your phone has 1080 or if it has 4K, I suggest doing it in 4K. And in that video, you should be able to find one picture that you can that video. You know what I mean? And then there you go. Now you got to. I mean, it's going to take a little extra work because you got to look through the video and you got to pick the good picture. The good position or whatever. But that's one way you can do it by yourself. I've done that many times in other areas of my life as far as being alone and trying to get things done myself.
Sure.
Right, definitely.
And you got to figure out, like, a big portion of entrepreneurship and business ownership is solving problems.
Yeah.
I work by myself. I can't do this is not an excuse. Like, it has to be done, so you have to figure it out,
Can't never could, as my mom always said.
Was that your mom that said that?
I think so.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that was my mom.
She's my only partner I've ever had with anything. Anytime I've tried to have another partner, they just never did anything. So I kind of walked away from them, and I ended up always doing everything by myself. I kind of find it hard to pay somebody or to get a relationship built with somebody that I feel can do it as good or better than me. And that might be a problem, but that made me a jack of all trades. So here I am.
Well, and then you know what quality's going out. You don't ever have to answer for anyone like that. I mean, and there's definitely, there's definitely value in that, and building a customer base that knows what they can expect and never has to experience any of the other stuff when it comes to hiring employees and dealing with that. I mean, I think there's value there.
No, absolutely.
No, I can't wait to hire employees. I don't want to detail the rest of my life.
Yeah, just kind of building to that point
on what I know how to do so that they can do it, and I can just observe and be like, okay, this is wrong, this is right. Let's change this. I want to build it. I can't wait to be there.
Sure. Well, you're well on your way, for sure.
So now, like, outside of Nitpickin, do either of you have like another actual job, or is this both of your full-time gigs? I know you raise family as well, so
that's a job in itself. Yeah,
100%.
Consider that a job, though. I don't even notice it. I don't even notice Nitpickin doesn't really feel like a job either, because I enjoy it. She sees it more of a job. She doesn't want to be a detailer the rest of her life either.
Right.
But
by her face, she don't want to be a detailer today.
I was doing graphic design and video production and audio visual technician work when I first started Nitpickin. So, but now I don't need to do none of that. People got mad at me too. They're like, "Well, you too good to design my logo or whatever." I'm like, it's not that I'm too good. It's that I don't have time and I don't want to do it anymore.
Sure.
When I can make a lot more money detailing. I mean, ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's just part of growing. Like, you grow, and learn what you want to do, learn how you value your time and what it's worth. And then people that can, if they either understand that or they don't, and they find their way out of your life if they don't, and they find their way into your life if they do. And it's just part of it.
I actually appreciate all of those people, though, because I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing if they didn't give me a chance to do that.
Yeah.
The ones that got frustrated with me saying no, are the people that I've been there for 10 years and I've been doing stuff for them for that long.
Wow.
So now it's like, I'm sorry, I got to tell you no, but thanks to them, I have all that experience. I know how to do a lot more.
Sure.
So I make sure I tell.
Yeah, and it's a stepping stone. It takes you to where you are. So I'm curious, as a mobile detailer and as a couple, like, I'm sure that things aren't always just perfect. How do you guys handle squabbles? How do you handle, like, if there's an argument at night, now we got to go detail together the next day? Like, how do you guys handle that?
Put on your business face.
There you go.
Yeah, seriously.
Put in your headphones.
I used to wear headphones, but she used to get frustrated because I would act like I'm ignoring her. I could really hear, but I'd act like I couldn't.
I do that to Ryan all the time.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't even need headphones.
No.
He's over there like talking, and I can see her mouth moving and everything. But no, I've probably been a lot more difficult than her. We've realized that we both have a say-so on certain things.
Sure.
And some things we don't both have a say so. And it took us a while to figure that out. So we kind of we got our boundaries now. I mean, I might get a little frustrated, but she needs to stand up for herself, and she has, and I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
So now, besides Julia, do you have any other employees? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Lord have mercy.
No. Do you guys have any employees? I know that you were just talking about that's something you definitely want. Do you have any prospects or?
I want, but it's like I haven't figured out how I'm going to approach that, because I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay a shop. I don't know if I want to stay strictly mobile or be a shop and be mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think if I want to have a shop, I'm definitely going to have to do that. I'd want to do that first, I think. But I don't know. I'm so clouded. I got so many other things I'm trying to put in play first. Like, I'm not ready to do that. I don't want to hire somebody when I've got a lot of other things to take care of first. You know what I'm saying? But so, yeah, no, I don't have anybody that I'm looking at to hire. I don't personally know anybody who would be willing to do this kind of work at this kind of level, you know?
Yeah.
So
it takes a special person. What's that?
I don't even want to stress it yet.
Yeah. So we have a good question that just dropped in from Billy Smith. I think you actually met him, Detail Billy, at MTE.
MTE.
Yeah. And so he wants to know if you can drop us some. Are you going to be dropping us any lyrics today? You going to hit us with anything today?
It depends how much money y'all got.
Oh, there you go.
Got to
Good
pay to
answer.
play. I like that. No doubt.
Good answer. But
Bookie song though, man, it's a little jingle. I'm gonna throw that in the tutorials eventually when the time is right. So
I love
Yeah,
it, man.
I mean, it's nothing like crazy. It's real quick and everything. It's just a jingle, but it's fun and it's different, you know. And it's not like that 1-800 pain rap song that you always hear on the radio down here. It's corny as shit.
Dude, and you know that.
We want to be the only detailers doing detailing rap songs, dude. And I'm telling you, I know people, I can pictures like high quality rappers that would be down for payment to make a sick ass rap song, complete full song about anything that has to do with Detail Bookie or Easy In or Nitpicking or all. And it just comes with a price. That's the only thing.
Doesn't everything though? You know,
And
like,
didn't we find out Ryan Parker, who is
Ryan
also
Parker
on this software, is a
he
rapper
may be,
as well?
He may be down to kind of work together with us on some stuff. But you know, listen, and this is one thing you mentioned. You know, how to go from mobile to shop and hire employees, and this is a big thing. I was actually on a podcast with Drake yesterday, and we were talking about hiring and the struggles that people have. You're not new to detailing, but guys typically new to detailing, and how do they get to one employee or two employees? And you know, it's a mindset that you have to flip. And I respect Tommy's got a lot going on. I know what he's got going on behind detail. You know, like not just detailing. He's doing a lot with his websites and things like that. And but you definitely need to have a clear head and a plan. But you know, you're not gonna just find that perfect person, you know, under a rock and say, there it is. You gotta go through the motions. You know, I don't know how many people have been hired here at Easy End that no longer work here. All right, but I know the ones that have stuck are the ones that are meant to be. And so we don't focus on what leaves. We only focus on what stays. And so a lot of that, you know, quick to hire, quick to fire mentality has to be there to build a team, because you're not going to find, you know, it's hard to find one, you know, just special person. You got to kind of go through the process and get in there. And as far as, you know, shop or mobile, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's all about what's your business, where your customers are, and what do they need, and then let that kind of dictate which way you go with it.
Yeah. Well, all of my customers are strictly mobile. None of them want to go.
Yeah, they would.
So, I feel like that would almost be like starting an entirely new business.
It would be.
From, because now I got to attract the people that don't mind coming to the shop, and I don't know how to do that because I've always done things mobile. Everything I've done.
Yeah, and you know me. I mean, we just stopped doing mobile detailing 6 months ago or so. And listen, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I mean, having everybody here in shop. And I thought that we were going to see a decline in business, and then we did it. We've seen an increase. People are more willing to do it once they don't have an option, more than you think. But I'm not speaking to your customer base. I'm just saying ours was.
Ours are spread pretty far out. We're
Yeah.
a big. I think we're the second largest county in Florida.
Wow.
So you an hour across our county, or actually an hour and 45 minutes from west to east in our county. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So those people are definitely not going to. We'd have to have multiple shops to reach, every corner where we go.
Sure.
In order, to keep them, we'd have to do that. And I don't really care about catering to every single person individually. I know what's best for us is what's best for us, and they'll just have to live with it.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys charging a remote surcharge for all those miles?
Yes.
Yeah, we're fixing to we're fixing to raise that up a little bit more too.
Yep.
Because what, $345 here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So,
Think-
and what I do is it never goes under $1, and I add a penny for every cent that it goes over $3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to raise it up 10 more cents again already.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I-
And these are things that were unheard of. I mean, charging a remote surcharge and detailing was just absolutely unheard of, even when I first started. So when we built the software, that was one of the, things that we, I wanted to see put in there, and now it seems to be catching on really nice.
Well, I mean, as I say, it's detailing's a luxury service. Not everybody is going to be able to afford it. Not everybody should be able to afford it. I think that's just the nature of the business. You add a remote element to that, now you're offering the most premium of luxury services. They don't even have to get off their couch, and so having compensation.
There's guys out here, it's wrong to charge a remote charge. Like, I've had meetings with detailers out here. When oh God, man, it's kind of heartbreaking. They feel like they're ripping people off when they charge a remote charge. I'm like, you're a mobile service. You're driving all over the friggin' place.
Yeah, it costs you to get there.
You're basically doing it for free. So no wonder you're booked 3 months out every
Correct.
single day, days a week, because you're not charging as well.
Exactly.
And they're okay with that. I just think they're okay
And
with
it's
that.
just him. I'm like,
Well, it's not just him. There's a bunch of them out here that aren't using any
the
kind
one
of
you're
remote
talking
charges
about.
or nothing like that.
Sure.
And we were doing it before we got with you guys.
Great.
There's a
Great.
calculator online that we would use for gas mileage and how much you should charge per mile. And every
Nice.
customer, we would have to plug that in from our address to theirs, or whatever address we're at to the next one. And we were doing it. That was a pain in the ass. So we had to put that in our prices. The software saved me from dealing with that.
Yep. So I got a question. Just two of you guys. You don't have an employee or anything. So what happens when somebody gets sick, kidneys, got a doctor, something something happens? What do y'all do?
We either reschedule if it's an emergency, like a day before or whatever.
Sure.
And, if we're too sick to go to work, I mean, personally, that shit don't happen with me.
Right. Yeah.
What I got, if I'm running a fever and I'm like, just can't walk, but if I'm running a slight fever and I'm achy, or I don't got time for that. If she wants to stay home, I'm going to stay home too. If I want to stay home, she's going to stay home too.
Yeah.
So whenever something happens, we just reschedule, or we don't book on that day. It could be the middle of the week. We might take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off and work Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
What about if you've hung out with me for a couple days? Like, how do you feel about working after that?
Off after that. So I know when I'm with you or with anybody from over there, I'm not doing shit for 2 days after that.
That cracks me up.
That's hilarious. Now, do you guys run in?
What's that?
Say that, Julie?
if the job isn't too rough, we just
Right.
go back.
Yeah.
Just go to it. Yeah.
If it's an easy job and it's not going to take us 14 hours by ourselves, then if it's something quick and simple, then we'll go knock it out. But
Sure. No,
other
makes-
than that, touching it.
Right on. Now, you guys, all right, so, living together, working together, what challenges have you kind of ran into that really you had to figure out a way to overcome? I mean, is there anything that sticks out?
More communication.
More communication and being and compromising and being
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was like two bulls in a ring, and they're both bulls, and you don't fucking put two bulls in the same ring and expect them to be friends.
Right.
Boss, she's also the boss. So now we just have a different kind of understanding. We can both tell each other what to do. We can both tell each other, hey, you missed that, without getting offended.
Sure.
But in the beginning, it was like, why are you always telling me I missed up? You missed up too. Not like that anymore. We've worked through that because of the communication. So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
being understood. You know,
So-
I have, he does too, and it's no different than being married. Really, it's the same thing.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you. When does that shut off? Is there a part where the work part shuts off when you go home and say, okay, we're not talking about work anymore? Or do you guys just, y'all just work it out?
It comes up when it comes up.
Okay.
When we go camping or when we go on vacation or when, if we're going away somewhere and we physically say, I don't want to hear shit about work. I don't tell customers on Facebook we're going on vacation. I just don't answer them. I don't care. You know what I mean? I tell them when I see them.
Sure.
You know, she'll talk to them, not me. She chooses to, take calls or whatever, and that's fine. But we never shut it down, really.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, do you have any?
Have play.
We got fun and stuff too. We do fun.
You got to
things,
make
so.
sure you have fun.
Absolutely, man. That's a huge part of it, and that's a part that gets overlooked a lot. When you're building a business and running it, it seems to be all work, and you got to be able to enjoy some. You got to be able to enjoy it and have fun in the process.
Yeah, I do have fun working though. That's the thing.
You do?
Yeah, no, like building my website. I'm glad that I'm actually, because I wasn't going to.
Sure.
I was going to else, and then I decided I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it myself, and it's
Yeah.
going to be ways because who the hell could possibly see what I have in this crazy ass head of mine?
Mm-hmm.
Make me happy with it. So I just decided to do it, and I'm enjoying it. It's a learning process. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I've wanted to pick my computer up and throw it through the wall a couple of times, but because I love my computer ultimately. I don't do my friends. But no, I enjoy detailing. We did a boat yesterday. I ended up having to buff it out, and it only gets annoying when my shoulders start to hurt.
Sure. No, there's something peaceful about it. I mean, I loved when I was detailing, and especially before the time where customers were just constantly coming up, or employees at that time were coming up. Like when it was just me and a helper, a couple guys, I would drop the headphones in and just go at it, and it just, it's relaxing. It's very rewarding. It's a prideful thing, and I enjoyed it too.
We listen when we do boats, so we have a little speaker that we bust out, and first can hear it sometimes, but we'll be out there jamming out, man. Depending on the kind of vehicle it is and what the neighbors like, we'll play that kind of. We'll just. And let the day go by and enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah,
awesome, man. So now, as a power couple, guys, what would you, what piece of advice would you give another, future power couple that's going to work for, going into business together?
Patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Practice patience. If you don't have patience going in, you're either going to fail or you're going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy all the time, man. It's fun and games, and then we get a lot of compliments because people see us working together, and they're like, "What is that like?" And some people are like, "Oh, I can never do that," and some people are like, "That's amazing that you guys are able to do that." And the biggest thing is just patience.
Yeah.
Practice patience. When you feel yourself getting frustrated with Julie, just be patient.
Go to Ford's garage and have a beer.
Idiot, because I'm a fucking idiot too. So like, he used to get mad. They're like, "Don't be an idiot," or "Tighten up," and I'm like, "You can tell me to tighten up too. It's okay."
That's great.
That's funny. So
Right?
I love it. So I'm, we touched on it briefly, but where you don't really know if you want to, how to bring on employees, or you hadn't figured that out yet. You hadn't developed, you hadn't gotten into that. But what are some of the goals? I mean, you kind of look forward 5 years from now. Where would you see Nitpickin 5 years from now?
Well, hopefully sooner than that.
Sure.
Maybe they'll start 3 years ago, so I got 2 more years.
Yeah.
Before I can hire somebody, I need to be full.
Mm-hmm.
Fully freaking scheduled, just cramped, or I'm not going to hire anybody.
Sure.
It wouldn't make sense for me to take money out of my house and put it in theirs when I still need it. You know what I'm saying?
Makes
So
sense.
the goal is at first to fill up the schedule with bigger jobs, and bigger jobs, I mean like ceramic coating and stuff like that.
Of course, the
Boats
higher
are-
ticket items.
We made in 6 hours. We made, I'm not going to say it, but
Yeah.
stupid for yesterday.
Oh, man.
And we could get like 3 of those a week, just boat, and then the rest detailing. We can take those boat jobs and give the detailing to the other guys.
That's
or
right.
the other whatever, and for being mobile, it'd have to be a van, because I'm not going to let somebody now they're going to have a truck to pull a trailer. I'll just get a van,
Sure.
Load that sucker up and make it pretty and send them on the road. But I got to have the jobs first. So the next 2 years, my goal is to fill it up enough to be able to help somebody else, and feed somebody else.
No, I love that. And listen, I know Tommy, he is very analytical. He likes to have a plan. I've dealt with Tommy a lot on a bunch of stuff. And, and I respect that. We have totally two different views on that. And it's just, I'm more like let's just go do it and we'll figure it out. Tommy's like let's figure it out and then we'll go do it. And both work. I probably would have, not spent near as much money if I'd have had Tommy's, direction in that. But, listen, I think that both of them are great, and I respect you and everything that y'all have built together. Y'all are great friends of mine, and I'm happy to call you guys that. And of course, customers of Detail Bookie from day one, and that's awesome. You believed in us when there was nothing to believe in, and that, and I'll never forget that and never will. So where can everybody find you guys?
Just Google my name. No, I'm not going to be selfish. So what do you mean, like social media?
Yeah, social media, website. What you got?
Oh, like what? Like business-wise?
Business.
Or both?
Yeah, I don't think they care what you're doing, Tommy. Your business.
My business is personal, so
There
who cares?
you go. Love it.
No, Nitpickin Mobile Detailing, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and if you want to check out our website, it's nitpickindetailing.com.
Nice.
This
Yeah.
you'll look. Actually, it's the second website you're looking at. It's okay. I'm fitting to tighten it up though. The new one's coming. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's probably gonna be the most bougie ass detailing website I've ever done. I won't say ever in the history of detailing, because I don't know that for a fact. But I will say that it's going to be the best I've ever built. Thanks to the most from a single person. And I hope you're watching.
Yeah. No,
Appreciate you, man.
I'm right here.
no, and and I think that there's a lot of value in that, and I know the story, and I respect Tommy, and where you were at. You know exactly what you want, and you're not going to give up until you get that. You did us the same way when we were talking about getting software. You told us the things that were wrong, told us the things that you needed fixed before you could use it, and I don't think that happened any other way in this other deal. I think that just it wasn't going to work out, and I'm glad to see that you took that negative, because that was definitely a negative, and put it into a positive, and you're building you something that you want and love, and I know we're all gonna really look to it as probably something to shoot towards.
Yeah. Well, I can't. Maybe I get so good at it I could just do this stuff for a living.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I love it.
An idea, a little side gig, just a little side gig.
Right. Well, look, man, we appreciate y'all coming on. It's always a blast talking to you guys. We love y'all to death.
Absolutely, man. I'm going to try to give you a call. I saw your message this morning, but I had a full packed schedule, and I got a fully packed schedule for the rest of the afternoon.
Oh, I'm so mad. I thought you were sleeping.
No. We'll sleep when we're dead.
Yeah, I don't sit down. I get down.
I already know, dude. I already know.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for
Love you
joining
guys,
us, and
man.
we'll
Y'all are
see y'all
awesome.
soon.
See ya.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. Dude, they are the coolest. They are absolutely the coolest ever. Tommy and Julie, and we all have fun. When we hang out together, listen, some beers may or may not get drunk.
Oh, yeah. There may or may not be some headaches the next day.
They may.
Well, Dustin, you know what time it is, right?
Oh, I think this is your absolute favorite time, isn't it, Ryan?
Jessica, what time is it?
That's correct. Or heck.
All right. I see you have an apple in your... Okay, we're eating apples on set now. That's weird. I don't know that it's lunchtime. Well, it is lunchtime. What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, man. Excuse me. I didn't think about that.
No, talk to us right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, so, Dustin, today's hack is this apple. I don't know if you know about this, but according to the internet, you can rub a cut apple on your windshield, and it's supposed to act as a sort of Rain-X.
What? Are you serious? There's absolutely no way that works. Really?
Well, I've got a little bit of proof right here. This is my boy Chris out there doing just that. So Chris was applying apple to a vehicle.
Okay.
And
a cut apple to a windshield. Right? Is that what's going on here? What's he laughing about?
Yeah,
okay.
that's great.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're putting it on here, and we're expecting this thing to what? To act like Rain-X, to make the water hydrophobic. Is that what we're hoping happens? Let's see here. Let's see what happens. All right. How much
okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Side by side test. I think this might be a hack that didn't work.
Look at the top of
Oh, did it work better?
Definitely did.
Wow.
100%.
Okay. So look, you know what? The Apple may just put Rain-X out of business. It sure did.
Well, I don't know if it's going to hold up as long as Rain-X will, and you might have a problem with some fruit flies, but...
You know, and something you may want to be concerned about is maybe the acid that's in the fruit could etch into the glass or potentially hurt the rubber on the blade. So there's some issues there. But like we always say, if you find yourself in the middle of the woods... and you need some Rain-X on your windshield, and all you have is an apple and a knife, use the knife, cut the apple in half, rub that all over your windshield. Problem solved.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'll get home safely. Well, that's been our Hacker Hack. And guys, we really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, we do. And guys, listen, we're struggling with hacker hacks. Obviously, we're down to apples on windshields. Send us some hacks. And if y'all got some really cool detailing hacks, I mean, this isn't as easy as it seems because we've been through a bunch of them. We love this series or this portion of our podcast. So send us some stuff in. Drop us a comment. That always helps out. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook,
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Google Play, and pretty much anywhere podcast is playing, guys. You can find us there. Of course, we're much prettier in person than to just listen to, so check us out Facebook Live. We're also responding to comments. Most of the time, I think our little thing went down, but we'd love for you to hear from you. If you have an idea about a show, let us know, and we're going to get out of here. We appreciate it. See y'all later.
Peace.